You ever hear a story so strange it makes you stop breathing for a second? It's got a smell to it, like cheap perfume trying to cover up something rotten. They tell you a bullet, a 30-06 round, fired from 150 yards out, hits a man in the neck and doesn't exit, stops cold, like it hit a brick wall. They package it up, put a bow on it, and tell you that bullet was found just beneath the skin. You know what that tells me? Either we've discovered a new law of physics, or someone's lying through their teeth. And I've never been much for physics. A 30-06 isn't a pellet gun. It's not for scaring crows off a fence. It was made for one thing, to punch a hole through whatever it hits. Elk, steel plate, engine blocks. It was designed for range, power, and penetration. It tears through bone, exits flesh, and keeps going. Clean, fast, lethal. But they want you to believe it got shy when it met a man's neck bone. So when I hear that a human neck stopped it, I don't call that a miracle. I call that a malfunction of the story, not the bullet. The human neck is one of the most fragile zones in the body. It's a collection of wires and tubes, vertebrae like glass, arteries thinner than twine. One wrong move and the lights go out permanently. You catch a round there, especially from a long gun like that, and it's game over. Yet we're being told it stopped like it hit a pillow, that it just curled up beneath the skin like a coin in a couch. This isn't a fairy tale. This is lead meeting flesh. There's no happy ending. I've seen a lot in my life, but I've never seen a bullet show mercy. I watched the footage. You probably did too. A shot goes off. The 30-06 isn't a pop. It's a crack of thunder. It echoes. It rattles your bones. People should have hit the deck, screaming, running. But what do you see? Nobody flinches. No panic, no scream, just a few sideways glances and confused looks like someone dropped a tray of dishes. You telling me a high-powered rifle fired in a crowded amphitheater doesn't cause chaos? That ain't a miracle. That's the problem. A big one. The official story is this. Some kid, I always say it's some kid. He drove hours, assembled his weapon, changed his clothes, got to the rooftop, lined up the shot, and then what? A 30-06 doesn't fold up like a beach chair. This kid is part mechanic, part assassin, part ghost. The timeline alone feels like a cheap film script. Too tight, too clean, too polished for the messy business of killing. Let's talk hardware. A 30-06 long rifle isn't a compact kill tool. It kicks like a mule. It's loud, it's heavy, it's precise, but it demands skill. It's not a punk's weapon. And the idea that it was fired, hit the target, and somehow left no exit wound? You'd have better luck believing a coin got fired from a slingshot and stopped midair. Guns don't lie. The people holding them do. That's the key detail here, the part they want you to marvel at. There was no exit wound. Let that sit. A round with that much energy doesn't just stop. It creates a storm inside the body. No bone fragmentation, no arterial spray, no blast channel. Just a round resting under the skin like it got tired halfway through its job. You believe that? Then you'll believe anything they sell you. Yeah, they're calling it a miracle. That's what they said. It's the word they use when the facts don't add up. As if physics took a day off. As if God himself reached down and pinched that bullet mid-flight. That kind of language isn't reporting. That's myth-making. That's narrative control dressed in spiritual camouflage. It's an insult. The surgeon apparently told Turning Point the bone was so healthy, so dense, it stopped the round. A real doctor would be talking about tissue damage, trauma zones, entry vectors. They don't talk like press agents. They don't sell miracles from an operating table. This was polished, prepped, packaged. It wasn't a diagnosis. It was a headline written before the first incision. You know what happens when footage goes missing? The truth gets buried. Evidence doesn't just disappear. It gets disappeared. That's what we're seeing here. Camera cards pulled before the FBI arrived. Surveillance mysteriously absent. That's not procedure. That's panic. Someone didn't want the tape to roll because the camera tells a different story than the one they wrote. The FBI says the shooter acted alone. They always do. It's the easiest story to tell. Every time something stinks, it's a lone wolf, closed case, move on. They had the ending written before the first page was typed. I've heard that song before. Hell, we all have. The question isn't if they're lying. The question is how many people are involved in keeping it quiet. And the media all start singing the same note. Something's wrong with the piano. Miracle, man of steel, unbelievable. You hear those words repeated until they sound like truth. But you know what I call that? Choreography. They're not reporters. They're a choir singing a hymn someone handed them. That ain't journalism, that's theater. Ask yourself, who benefits from this version of the story? It's the oldest question in the book. Who gains sympathy? Who silences criticism? Who gets to sell a sanitized version of chaos to a confused public? You follow the lie back to who told it. The answer's always there. You answer that, and you're closer to the truth than any FBI press briefing will take you. Everything about this story violates reality. The ballistics, the physics, the reactions, the wound profile. This isn't just strange, it's impossible. And the moment something becomes impossible, it becomes interesting. When the story breaks the laws of nature, you're not looking at a miracle, you're looking at a cover-up. That's when you dig deeper. A man was killed. That's not a headline. It's a tragedy. He deserves truth, not spin, not fantasy, not viral talking points. If they can lie about this, they can lie about anything. The people deserve to know what really happened. Because if a bullet can be stopped by a spine, then so can justice. But not on my watch. So if you made it this far, you're one of the few who still gives a damn. So do something about it. Subscribe to the channel, like the video if you want the truth to stay alive, and share it, because most people won't hear this anywhere else. We don't play games here. We don't sell fantasy, we just call it what it is. This ain't entertainment, this ain't make-believe, this is real. This is justice with a jawline. This is Chris Dallas, and this is Celebrity Recreations, the last place standing where justice still has a voice. Bronson, out.